Who cares about that political stuff, huh? It's Halloween. Look at this. We got people getting ready. This is great. We have Suzanne and Jean Mackenzie Vincent. They're the psychic sisters, as I call them. I say that with all due respect. They're criminal investigators as well, and they're here to talk to us through the rest of the show. It's Halloween. Why not? They were with us a few weeks ago, probably about a couple months ago. We promised to have them back on for Halloween, and they're here. All right, everybody, let's get right to it. Suzanne, Jean, let's talk first of all about the Halloween season. What does Halloween do for business, okay? And I mean that literally and figuratively. I mean just in terms of hauntings and spirits and just the whole vibe when it comes to what you do and how it matches up with the season. Go ahead.
A lot of people ask us about ghosts and orbs, and they all have a story, like in the attic or in their house, and they say, oh, I have photographs of mist and photographs of orbs, can you interpret it? So it brings those kind of people out with us, and then it brings out the people who like to enjoy life, and they like to dress up and celebrate Halloween and have their masquerade parties.
Okay, what about you?
Oh, everybody has their ghost story. You know, everyone's been to the Bellevue Library, which is haunted, and people like to talk about their experiences, seeing ghosts or ghosts like in their bedroom. And also, this is a good time where people like to connect with their loved ones on the other side. We're also spiritualists, too, and we can connect to the other side.
Right, and we talked about that the last time you were here. I'm really glad that you brought that back up, because that is something that sort of gets overshadowed at times. We talked about the last time perhaps why, and that is all these shows. I've never, apparently 3/4 of North America is haunted, because all these shows and all these stations seem to have all these people talking to people on the other side, and yet I know that there's actually a more serious side to that, with people that not only believe it, they apply that pretty frequently, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and again, maybe I just think it's overshadowed. Does it help or hurt to have all those programs on I just described?
I think it helps because it puts it out in the open there, and everyone has a story, and then they get their like mechanical EVPs, they get recorded on tape recorders, or they get the certain kind of equipment, and they're having like, you know, the shadow walking across. So it's wonderful to have that out there, all those programs.
When you find those programs, for instance, have that type of popularity, does it make it easier for people to come to you and say, I never wanted to talk about this before, but I can now? They get a level of confidence maybe in seeing the success of those types of shows?
Yes, they might be hearing somebody in their bedroom, or, you know, hearing somebody whisper or talk at night, and they don't want to think that they're crazy, so they come to us and they ask us who it is, and usually it's grandma, grandpa, or somebody else. Usually it's not an evil spirit. Most of the people we read, they're there seeking, you know, loved ones, not the evil ones, or the,
go ahead,
you know, the ones that are evil.
Yeah, bad ones. When I watch these shows, okay, I didn't say that. When I walk by the shows, when my wife has them on all the time, I mean, I get grown men or women in empty rooms at dark talking like, come on out. I know that you hatcheted people 100 years ago, but it's okay now. You can come out of the corner. I mean, part of it is comedic to me, like very comedic. Do you ever have experiences of talking to any of these people?
I've had, like when psychic investigators came down and we went to John Yelnick's house, the producer came out and he never had a paranormal experience before, and he said he was locked in. And he asked everybody, the sound man, and they were playing a prank, and they said no, they would never do that. So he wanted to find out the paranormal experience and how you handle that, and the what ifs, like how could this happen, and we explained it to him.
Okay, so form of communication. Paranormal, that's the word I should have used. So paranormal seems to cover everything. That seems to be the umbrella, whether we're talking about people who've crossed over, whether we're talking about, I actually know all these words now, whether we're talking about the haunted, we're talking all these things. Paranormal is the word of choice, correct?
That's correct.
Now, what is so paranormal about an orb? For that matter, what the heck is an orb?
Well, I think Jean can answer that one.
An orb is a form of energy. They say after we pass over that we take on a round form of energy, and it can be seen like in old places, like in McConnell's Mill. They talk about the old caretaker out there who, you know, it manifests as an orb or an apparition sometime. It's a form of energy, and they can be caught on new technology that we have now.
And we've seen, go ahead.
And we do have an orb tonight. We take it at Woodside's Grill. It was in the parking lot, along with a mist of a ghost around my sister. So we do have some pictures.
Oh, as a matter of fact, you might as well take this seat. You could be a wonderful hostess, because that's exactly how I was going to segue to the last segment. I like the way you work, Suzanne. All right, Jean, you keep it right there. We'll talk orbs when we come back. We'll also talk about the Woodside Grill. And is it haunted? We need to know. We'll find out in 2 minutes. Ellis Cannon with our psychic friends on PCNC. We're going to be talking about a charity and a whole lot more. Keep it here. Halloween around the corner. Next time I get together with you, it'll be next Tuesday night, election night, part of coverage here at PCNC. I'm Ellis Cannon, joined by Suzanne and Dean Vincent. We enjoyed their company a great deal. Ladies, we've got 4 photographs. Why don't we get to the photographs, and we'll start with mist at the buffet table. What does this mean, and why are we looking at it?
That's the Woodside's Grill, and that's my sister Jean in front of the buffet table. And that buffet table used to belong to Mr. Woodside, Robert Woodside, and we were there one night, and he had thrown a plate off of the where it was sitting at. And he's a very friendly ghost. And then later on, people started taking pictures, and there was mist, and there was orbs, and there was all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so the photograph, it just wasn't a bad photo or bad lighting, it was mist.
Oh,
was
yes.
mist, yes.
Everyone's seen it, too, yes.
Now, mist in the sense we could actually, like, see a cloud.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm
Yes,
just trying to define
yes.
it. I believe
That's
you.
why
I
it's-
totally believe you.
That's why it's a good...
I told you this before. My mom raised me to believe all this stuff, okay? I regret she's not in town to get her hands checked on by you guys. Now, let's move on to the parking lot. Why are we looking at this, Suzanne?
That's an orb that was outside, just showing showers of orbs, and actually it was near my sister's car, which lets us know that he's a friendly ghost, and he was actually walking us out to our car. So.
Wait, but which is it? It looks to me like a light bulb, a bare light bulb. Is that what I'm looking at? No?
Well, Jean can answer that a little bit better.
I think that's to the left. It looks to be an orb in the far left.
On
you're
top
talking
of the
about
car.
You're talking about on top of the car.
On top of the car, yeah.
It's not a spot on the camera?
No.
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 It's an orb.
No,
Okay,
it's an orb. Yes, it's an orb.
Okay, no. Okay, oh, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right, now, what is this?
That's a big orb.
It's like an orb and a mist.
Yes, that's a lot of spiritual activity, a lot of paranormal activity. That's to show you the money that something exists that we can't see that comes out of different dimensions. We got lucky with that photo, and it really, you know, get your cameras out, go to places that are haunted, and get your little tape recorder and try to catch your own little mist or own little orb or maybe a couple EVPs on the tape recorder.
Okay, we got one more. Gene, we have one with you and an orb. Where is it? I know we have a Gene. There we go. Now, what am I looking at here?
It's raining orbs on me. I was out in my backyard. My sister took a picture, and being a psychic criminal investigator, you will have this kind of activity around you. It's just I've never really seen so many orbs around one person besides my sister and myself.
No, that gets me nervous when I look at that. I haven't seen that much orb activity in years. But that reminds me, are you sure it wasn't just raining?
No, it was not raining.
Okay.
No.
You said raining, and it made me think.
Our last ghost hunt, a lot of people came out to Woodside's Grill, and they all had their cameras, and they were getting orbs like crazy on their own cameras.
Oh.
While we were there, we were asking it and attracting, you know, Mr. Woodside to come out and to show off.
Where's Mr. Woodside's grill?
It's in Sewickley. It's off 79.
Okay.
1600 Stone Mansion Drive.
Okay, let's go. We've got the website. Wait, what did you say?
I know the address is 1600 Stone Mansion Drive.
Okay.
It's where it's in Franklin Park.
It's a
Okay.
good ghost. Have great
good
food
ghost.
too.
It's unbelievable.
And they'll be reading there too on November the 14th.
You get gourmet and ghost at the same
Yes.
time. I
Yes,
love
we
it.
do.
The Jody Matta Dillinger Cancer Patient Care Center. There'll be a benefit at Heinz Field, and the ladies will be there as part of the entertainment that night. Make sure that you get there. You can learn more about that. Just Google that, Jody Matta Dillinger Cancer Patient Care Center, and go to the websites that the ladies have been up as well. Have a great night. God bless. Enjoy the weekend. I'm Ellis Cannon. Ladies, thanks for being here. You've been watching PCNC.